Okay, I want to talk about what Putin's been up to with Russia. It's pretty scandalous. You and I both know what's happening in the world with Russia and Ukraine. The Ukrainians are trying to get as far away from the border because now they're being bombarded. Putin is a psycho. He wants to control the world. To me, he is the second coming of Nazism, more or less, you know. And his propaganda is nationalism. So these people in Russia, if you have any kind of a discourse or a contrary voice to his mainline propaganda, which is, we as the Russians are very proud and we are very happy about what Putin has done for us. If you deviate from that agenda, forget it. You are on the wanted list. And then you get picked up by their secret police. Then you get beaten. Then you get put in their prison. And you may never come out again. So what we're looking at right now with Ukraine is we've got a country that is fleeing for its life. And it's the west side of the country that is fleeing into Poland. And it's not good. Everybody is packing up. You've got huge migrations going on. Right now, Ukraine is in a state of siege, and they've got the Kyiv and Chernobyl has been surrounded and taken over by the Russians. It's horrendous. Friggin' horrendous. So right now, Biden said today that he was putting sanctions on some oligarchs, Russian oligarchs, which we know what they're like, right? They're billionaires, right? One of the 0.001% of the population. So he's putting sanctions on the banks and on Putin. That's been part of the discourse. It's like, well, why don't you sanction Putin's income? So today we're supposed to be seeing some of that, I hope. So we're waiting right now to hear what the national news is going to be.
Let me turn off my camera. So what do you think of that?
So you know, you got to go with what you got to go with.
She just left.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to go with you got to go with.
You got to go with what you got to go with. They don't want to give me my Ativan. So what can you do? The hospital won't give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah. You got to do what
you're kind of like at their mercy. Really, like all the times when you're up for meds and they don't understand your med regimen, they're like, we give you what you need for survival, and that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But there are people that believe that you should always prepare.
Honey, I've been in the hospital too. I know what it's like. They give you what you need for survival.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes.
Well, let's hope you're not 90 years old coming into the hospital.
Unprepared.
This is what my dad and my mom fear the most, is that they're like 80, 90 years old. They come into the hospital for care, and the hospital decides to terminate their life.
Right.
Before the grandkids and the kids even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a horrible thought.
Well, what you do is, that's why you have people that are your power of attorney and that also have...
well, I'm medical power of attorney for my parents.
And your medical power of attorney for me, too. You're power of attorney across the board for me.
I'm power of attorney for everything.
Everyone,
for you.
Yeah.
For you.
For me, yeah. But anyway, so I already have papers at Dr. Shabani's. I don't want to be resuscitated. When it's time for me to die, honey, I'm gone.
Well...
Unless Jackie decides she wants to...
I'd give you CPR and bring your ass back to life. Because I'm not going through life without my sister. It's not like I have a... It's not like I have a biological sister living with me. It would make things easier. But I got you. You're like my spiritual sister.
Yeah.
So we go through life, we go through shit together, and we see what's going on, and we live, and we support each other,
Yeah.
and we're there for each other.
Yeah, we are.
Shit, we've done that for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, at least.
So,
Every day, every minute, every hour, day after day, holiday after holiday, second by second. And we have been through the most incredible experiences. We have had 5 lifetimes just within that 5 years. Haven't we?
yeah.
We've
I can't wait to leave the
experienced
country again. I just love traveling with Veronica.
everything.
I feel safe with her.
And we have a blast.
She's, yeah, we have a blast. And she's seasoned with traveling.
I've traveled.
And
most
we
of
want
the
to take
world.
our dogs, Napoleon and Lucky. We want to
Yeah.
take our dogs to the other side of the country.
Yes,
and just
we
go
are.
explore a little bit.
I want to take her to, there are inside Arizona and New Mexico, they have these pathways that you climb on, and it's people that lived, Indians, natives, that lived.
Honey, it's so sad seeing you try to use your right hand and you
I'm
can't.
sorry.
And it's just, no, it's okay. It's you.
Oh no.
It's
For
you
the
right
moment.
now. It's who
For the
you are
moment.
for the
For the
moment.
moment.
And you can't stretch out your fingers.
I know.
But anyhow, yeah, going to these places with our dogs.
The Mesa Verde cliffs, you climb them and you have tour guides, and they take you to where these people, Native Americans, actually lived, and you have to climb up these stiff cliffs. So it's like flat walls like this, and then they have these little teeny pathways, and they have a guide that takes us up there. And we're not going to go over all the ones I went to as a kid because, you know, with your body type, it's not going to be good for you. And at my age, it's not going to be good for me. But when I was young, and I went with Penny Dew and Sherry Dew, oh, it was so scary. It was scary then because you've got cliffs that you're walking in pads that are anywhere from 4 inches to max 6 inches in width. And the drops are thousands of feet into nothing but rock and canyon. So it was extremely terrifying for me. But you would go into these dwellings that are way, way up in the mountainsides, and they're all hewn by hand, and they're all made by mud. And you'd walk in them, and there would be, if you can imagine, in a cave-like dwelling with like 5-10 rooms without roofs, because the roof would be above you up here, like 40 feet above you, 30 feet above you. And so the walls would be about 6 feet tall, but it would just be built by this mud. And so it would separate the rooms, and then it would have little doors without doors. There wasn't doors there. And that's how they lived. You know, they just had little compartments that were in, and they had to be way up there so that the animals couldn't get to them. So it was a very hard life. Very
well, thank
hard
you
life.
for sharing.
Oh, God. You've got to look at the photographs. I'm sure they have tons of them online. But I actually went there to the Mesa Verde dwellings, and
Okay.
it was very exciting.
Well, we're waiting for more tests. Have you had your MRI?
No, not yet.
Do you think they'll probably get to it on Monday?
Could be. It's hard to say.
What if it's tomorrow?
It could be. It's. I have no idea, Mama.
But what if it's Monday?
Who knows? We'll
Are
find
you gonna
out.
stay here or are you gonna abandon the
I
hospital?
am going to stay.
Every time I bring you here, you leave. You
Because
abandon it
of my
before you get discharged.
my PTSD. But remember, I told you.
Yeah,
this
you
time
have bad
I
PTSD
came
and you leave
prepared.
every time.
Just a minute. This time I am prepared. You know what I'm prepared with?
What? Your jacket?
No. It's in my.
Is it what I helped you with?
It's in my jacket. It's in my vest.
Well, if you don't want
And
to
they're
discuss it,
called-
that's
they're
fine. But I'm
called-
glad that you're able to stay here long enough to get
It's
some
my
more
prescription.
freaking tests.
It's my prescription of
Your prescription
clonazepam,
of clonazepam. Okay.
which helps my anxiety.
Helps your anxiety.
So I don't do the fight or flight. Yes.
I know,
didn't
because
have
every
them
time I bring you to the hospital, if you
I
don't
do
have
the
your
fight or
clonazepam,
flight.
you're like, I gotta go, I can't handle this. This is too tight quarters for me. This reminds me of prison or
Yeah.
whatever is going on. You just freak out.
It's just PTSD. But now that I have meds, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a break here. We'll come back here in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, Veronica's been in here for hours now. How many hours would you say?
Too many.
Since like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock this morning.
It's a hospital.
But she has to have some tests done. She needs an MRI of her head to determine
my
whether she had a
flop
stroke or
hand.
not. She already had
My hand still
she had an
doesn't work.
X-ray or ultrasound. No, CAT
they
scan.
did a CAT scan.
She did a CAT
And
scan.
they can't make a definitive answer if it was a stroke until they do an MRI.
Yeah. But this is her
So
room.
I'm
She
waiting for
finally
the
got her
MRI.
room. She's waiting for an MRI, which might be on Monday. Today's Saturday. She's watching this on TV.
Not
Crazy.
really. It's just gross.
They have a clock, a TV, some curtains to give them privacy.
Crucifix.
Where's the crucifix?
Right there by the TV, by the clock, in between the
Oh.
clock and the TV.
Yes, this is a Providence Holy Cross thing. They always have a crucifix in the room. Yeah. There's a clock.
Yeah, there was a.
That's what time it is. I'm here for a little while.
Me too.
And this is my chair.
Did I tell you?
I can spend the night here if I want. Here's
You have to get
Veronica.
approval. She has to get approval though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't take my own medicine. I have to wait. Their doctor prescribes something for me to sleep with. I don't like that. I don't like people controlling my destiny. It's bad enough that I have to control my own. I mean, there was a time when life could be free, right? Now we are bombarded with heart meds and this med to sleep with, and
That's so funny.
hospitals.
I saw your foot moving right here, and for a second I thought we were home and that was Artemis. You know?
I wish.
I love you. I know you're gonna hang in there.
I'm gonna hang in.
We're gonna get you tested. You're in your room finally. You can't bail out of here and say, I'm done, I'm leaving.
I'm not going.
You have to do this for a lot of
I
us, for
know.
yourself. But we want to know.
What's
we
going on?
want to know what's going on.
This little floppy fish.
Little floppy fish is more than a little floppy fish. There's something going on there, Veronica.
Yeah.
And we're gonna find out. Stretch your hand as much as you can.
I can't. I can't. This is it.
That's it.
This is it. This is me moving my fingers
What
up.
about your other hand? Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is me moving mine
Well,
up.
guess what I got you today? I got you a wrist guard.
Oh, good.
Put that on your wrist. Put it on.
I can't grab it.
Okay, hang
You
on.
handed it to me in my bad hand.
We're gonna put this on Veronica.
Shh, don't talk so loud. You're screaming down the hall.
We're gonna put this on her wrist. This is a right hand wrist. So it goes like this. Inside. Put your hand inside.
I can't. yeah, if it worked, honey, I could do it, okay?
There
Here,
you
let
go.
me use this hand to help.
Okay, put your hand inside. There you go. Put your straps in.
Hold
Secure
on,
your
I've got to
wrist.
get my hand in there first. It's not easy when you have no movement. This is real, Jackie. It's not like I'm just holding it limp because let's just play limp, limp wrist and limp fingers. This is this friggin' serious shit. It's so serious. I'm in the hospital, which I hate. Hospital to me is like prison. It's a confinement. It's a nightmare. I hate being locked up in any capacity. Why did you hit my boob?
I was bouncing your stress ball around. You got a stress ball right here. It's gonna help you here. That's your stress ball.
Okay. Well, at least my wrist isn't flopping back and forth. Thank you, Annie. Annie is the one that came up with this brilliant idea, and I appreciate her for that she thought of me. Quite a difference, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say.
And look at this. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy.
You'll get better, honey.
You think?
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. You gotta get better.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we're doing tests.
Yeah.
That's why we're here in the hospital.
I'm thinking maybe acupuncture might stimulate the nerves that have died or that are paralyzed. It could be that my nerves, through my vertebrae are pinched.
Yeah, because you have a crushed vertebrae.
Yeah, I do. I have crushed vertebrae, and I've had a lot of issues and with my spine. So that's why I'm on morphine, because of crushed vertebrae. So I'm hoping that this is just a symptom of that, because I've been waking up like in the last 4 years or so. I've woken up and I couldn't move. I was literally paralyzed in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing, it took me like a half an hour just to lift a leg so that I could beat my heel against a wall to try to wake Jackie up. Then it took another half hour for me to get a voice that I could say, yeah, and I could finally, that's all I could do. And it took me about another hour before she got up and could hear me. So I was like 3 hours in agony.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is how Veronica's doing. We're gonna hang tight here and see what happens in the next couple hours.
And if I'm lucky, I'll die.
No way. Okay, guys. Talk to you in a bit.
Peace
So
out.
here I am in Veronica's room. And I told her I plan on spending the night because this little chair turns into a bed.
Yeah, but let's get it straight.
And she's saying, no, you can't.
Because this is not a room in a hospital. This is a cell. And I have a prison matron. She's called the head nurse.
Prison.
She calls herself the head nurse. And she comes in like this, where's your sister? She has to be out of here by 8. I said, what? I said, she's spending the night. And she said, oh, no, she's not. She's got to get it approved by the floor matron. It's like, what?
I got to get approved by the floor freaking matron before I can spend the night with Veronica. And the dogs are fine. I left the dogs at home. They have food and water. They've had their potty breaks. They're fine for a few hours. But they're like, no.
And I told them, I said, but you don't understand. My sister is power of attorney. She's my other half of brain. I don't have a memory. I had a stroke before. I can't think. I've got literally half a memory. I will forget everything you've said by the time you walk out the door. But she doesn't know that, So you should go out there and tell them, say, look, my sister forgets her name. So do you want me to stay here to remind her who she is and what your name is? She thinks she's in prison. She thinks that you're the house matron. Are you the floor matron? Is this a prison? I don't think so.
Okay, honey, thank you.
Just go play it off.
Bye.
Make it into a comedy.
Okay.
I want her to take it home.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I have to take your medicines home? What if she needs her medicines?
No, these ones you cannot take, the ones from home, because she's only allowed to take the ones that we are getting in the hospital.
I'm gonna have to take your medications home. Sorry.
And then if you want to send your wallet too, let me know.
Yeah, but what about my ID?
She needs to keep her ID with her at all times.
Okay.
Let her stay with her wallet.
You want to keep your wallet? Okay, I just want to keep it. Because sometimes.
But I take the medications.
Okay.
Take it, okay?
And is
Okay.
there a plug-in for my phone so I can charge it?
Yeah, it's back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Here, will you plug it in for me?
See you in a bit. Napoleon, I'm home from the hospital. You're such a good boy. You've been patient, and you do your potty business outside. You're such a good boy. We're going inside, okay? Okay? That's a good boy. We're going in the house. Okay.